All right, let's talk about money. Ever wonder how your savings could actually grow or what a big purchase is really going to cost you in the long run? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on some super simple tools that take all the guesswork out of your financial future. Seriously. So let's just jump right in with a big one. You see a house listed for $350,000, but what does that really cost over 30 years? It seems like a simple question, right? But the answer, well, it might just blow your mind. We're going to come back to this, and I promise the reveal is worth it. So, what's this amazing tool that can do all this? Forget about those crazy, complicated spreadsheets. I want you to think of a financial calculator as your own personal financial crystal ball. Basically, it's a tool designed to show you the potential future of your money. It's not magic, but it kind of feels like it. Whether you're saving up for retirement or a down payment on a house or, just trying to build some wealth, it gives you a sneak peek of where you're headed. And the best part? It gives you the power to change course if you don't like what you see. And you know what's crazy? It works by looking at just 3 simple things. That's it. First, how much money you're putting in. Second, how long you're letting it grow. That's the time factor. And third, what kind of growth you're expecting. With just those 3 little inputs, you can unlock some incredibly powerful insights. It's awesome. Okay, let's see this thing in action. Because theory's one thing, but seeing it with real-world examples, that's where it really clicks. Let's take a look at Sarah's story. So meet Sarah. She's 25, just kind of getting started in her career, and she makes a really smart move. She decides to invest $300 every single month. No excuses. For our example, we'll assume she gets a 7% annual return, which, is a pretty common historical average for the stock market over the long haul. So she does this for 40 years. 40 years of just consistently putting that money away. The big question is, what do you think her nest egg looks like when she's ready to retire at 65? Go on, take a guess in your head. What's the number? Okay, first things first. Let's look at how much she actually put in from her own pocket. You've got $300 a month for 40 years. That adds up to $144,000. Now, that's a respectable amount of savings for sure, but trust me, that is not the whole story. And here it is, thanks to the power of compound interest. That's her money making its own money, and then that money making more money. Her final amount is nearly $750,000, 719,000 to be exact. This is the magic we're talking about. Her 144 grand grew into over 700,000. It's just an incredible example of why starting early is so powerful. But, and this is a huge but, what if she waited? This is where the calculator goes from being a cool tool to an absolutely essential one. What happens if Sarah just puts it off? You know how it is, life gets busy. So she waits until she's 35 to start doing the exact same thing. Same $300 a month, same 7% return. The cost of waiting it's just staggering. Look at this. That 10-year delay, it cuts her final nest egg by more than half, down to just $339,000. Let that sink in. She invested only $36,000 less of her own money, but she lost out on almost $380,000 in potential growth. It just proves, without a shadow of a doubt, that time is your most powerful asset when it comes to investing. Okay, so retirement is a big one, but what about another huge life goal? Let's circle back to that question I asked at the very beginning. Buying a home. It's the dream for so many of us, right? A calculator can pull back the curtain on the hidden numbers behind that dream. So here's our scenario. We've got a $350,000 home. We make a solid 20% down payment, which is 70 grand, so the loan amount is $280,000. The bank gives us a 30-year mortgage at a 6.5% interest rate. Pretty standard stuff. Let's plug all that into a mortgage calculator. Okay, the first number that pops out is your monthly payment. And just so you know, we're excluding taxes and insurance for now. That comes out to about $1,770 a month. And honestly, for most people, that's where the math stops. They see that number, they figure out if they can afford it, and that's it. But here's the real question, the one a calculator answers in a split second. Over those 30 long years, how much extra money are you paying just for the privilege of borrowing that $280,000? And here is the absolute jaw-dropper. You end up paying $357,000 in interest alone. I'm going to say that again.
You pay more in interest than the amount you originally borrowed. That is the hidden cost of the loan that most people never really see.
Let's just put this side by side to really see it. You borrowed $280,000 to buy the house, but by the time you're done, you will have paid back a grand total of $637,000. Whoa. Now, seeing this number isn't meant to scare you off buying a house. It's meant to empower you. It gives you the clarity to make smarter choices, like maybe paying a little extra each month or trying for a shorter loan term. So after seeing these two really powerful examples, let's just quickly recap why these simple tools are such a total game changer for your financial planning. First off, they just get rid of the guesswork. You're dealing with actual numbers, not just what ifs and daydreams. Second, they're a huge motivator. I mean, when you see that waiting 10 years cost our friend Sarah hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're probably going to be a little more motivated to start now. And finally, they give you clarity. Real, honest-to-goodness clarity to understand the true, long-term impact of the choices you make today. All right, so we've seen how these calculators worked for Sarah and for Homebuyer. That's great. But the real power, that comes when you start applying this to your own life, your own goals. And I really want to leave you with this idea. Managing your financial future, it's not some kind of exclusive club for Wall Street wizards. You don't need to be a math genius or have a fancy degree. You just need the right tools. And you know what the best part is? This isn't some huge, time-consuming project. It literally takes 30 seconds to plug in your numbers and see a potential future. The return you get on that tiny investment of your time, it can be absolutely life-changing. So I'll end with this question for you. Don't guess anymore. Don't just wonder. Find a financial calculator online. They're everywhere, and they're free. Play with the numbers. See for yourself. What will your financial future look like? The answer, my friends, is just a few clicks away.